The tea today is all about Apple and all about their Worldwide Developer Conference, WWDC 2025. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Bernie Uche, and as always, I'm in a tech state of mind. And welcome back to The Tea. The Tea is our YouTube series where we talk about the latest tech news. And I know I didn't do the tea last week. I was on vacation. I had to unplug and I had a great time, but I'm energized and back, ready to go. And the tea today is all about Apple and all about their Worldwide Developer Conference, WWDC 2025. And I want to talk about the top 3 things that I thought were most interesting to me coming out of the keynote presentation. But the first thing I want to talk about out of WWDC is this new unified design language that's going to exist across all of the operating systems that Apple is calling liquid glass. Now, liquid glass is, as the name suggests, this new glass-like design language that allows for transparency, but there's also some adaptability and flexibility that you'll see in icons as they get bigger and smaller depending on how you scroll and what you're doing to create more screen real estate, as the videos will show. But it really, as far as design language, gives you that glassy experience that you may have noticed from videos about the Vision OS and seeing how people interact with Vision OS. Now, that was useful and relevant because you needed the glass-like background or glass-like foreground to ensure that you can still see the background, right? So that you're in an AR kind of experience as opposed to a VR kind of experience. So you can still see everything going on in your background behind you, like your TV or your chairs or whatever else, right? Now, they want to take that design language and bring it to mobile, desktop, laptops, iPads, TVs, everything. Watches too. To some, this is a bit risky. To me, I think it actually looks pretty similar to what you already had with the glass-like element on top of it. Now, I do believe that it's going to take a couple of months for people to really get used to this and to really start to see the value of this. This was the same thing when we moved from iOS 6 to iOS 7. In fact, it was a huge deal. People were ready to boycott this thing before it even came out. And I remember when it came out and everyone in my office got iOS 7 on the first day, and the flat, almost animation-like, cartoon-like design threw a lot of people off. But now this is what a lot of people hold on to, and they're not ready to let go. So we'll have to wait and see how this will really impact how people interact with their Apple devices. But I'm ready to give it a chance. I'm ready to play with it once I can get my hands on it, and let's see where this goes. Number 2, this is more of an exclusion than an inclusion, but I think it's worth the mention. You're going to hear a lot of people talk about this because it has been the stick that people use to beat Apple over the head with, and that is Siri. Now, Siri was mentioned maybe once, maybe twice. I'm not sure if it was more, but very few times. And Craig Federighi really came out out the gate and said, look, the personalized AI-infused Siri smart experience that you all were looking for, that we promised you last year, isn't ready yet. It hasn't reached the quality standards that we set for ourselves. Expect updates about that over the coming year, giving Apple a big window to try and resolve that situation. There are lots of articles that have come out in the last weeks or so about leaders being replaced, new leaders being brought in to spearhead the effort. Those efforts have not yet resulted in a product that they're ready to ship. We'll give them time. We'll wait and see. But this is an important story because Samsung's already making fun of them on Twitter. Google already has a really, really good set of capabilities when it comes to AI on your phone. They replaced Google Assistant with Gemini, and the experience that those Google Pixel users get interacting with that with natural language is far superior than what Siri is capable of right now. Even Alexa devices can do a really, really good job of that. So Apple really is behind here. And if you were hoping that they were going to show you how they're ready to combat the competitors, you'll be disappointed. But they did sprinkle some really good Apple Intelligence features in here that I thought are pretty cool. One of them being live translation. I like the way that works in the Messages app. I liked how it worked in phone calls.
C'est de vanille et de l'eau de fleur d'oranger à la pâte. C'est ça mon secret.
You're not doing live conversations without the devices necessarily, without the phones themselves. I think you're going to see a lot of that when Apple does unveil its smart glasses product, which has been rumored and I'm pretty sure is going to come. I think you'll see more of that, so wait and see. But I did like how they showed off the way live translation does work. And I know other phones have had this, but I did like the way that this worked. On top of that, you did have the highlight to search feature, which similar to what Google has with the circle to search. I thought that, again, looks pretty cool. So you can expect to see people leveraging those features pretty highly in the next couple of months, I expect. And there were some other cool features that they really integrated in that I think are going to do wonders for the experience while we wait for super smart Siri to come in. And story number 3 that I want to talk about from WWDC is the one that really captured my imagination. Now, a couple years ago, I broke my laptop screen and I was frustrated with that. And I thought, you know what? Now is as great a time as ever to attempt to replace my laptop with an iPad. And ever since then, it's been 4 years now that I haven't had my own regular laptop. My wife has one and sometimes I use it, but more or less it's her machine. I've been using an iPad Air 4, I believe it is, the one from 2021. I'm doing an upgrade. I'm hoping that comes this year. Fingers crossed, Christmas present, birthday present. Who knows? We'll see. But what I saw with the new Microsoft, not Microsoft Windows, but windowing experience, let's say, from multitasking was incredible. It really creates a Mac-like experience on the iPad. And I can't wait to get my hands on iPadOS 26 so I can experiment with this. It's really going to allow for real multitasking and real productivity on the iPad in a way that we haven't been able to get yet. And I think this is going to create a buzz around those mobile workers who are in the field, maybe field salespeople, maybe architects, graphic designers, content creators like myself. I think they're going to get a real kick out of this. And there's some other features they added to iPadOS, like the customizable microphone inputs, voice isolation, background tasks. All those kinds of things are so powerful for people who want to use these really convenient mobile tools to create content of really high quality that requires intense compute, yes, and high amounts of functionality, but you really want that convenient package, which iPad is superior to than the Macs or the MacBook lineup. So I'm really, really excited for iPadOS. Of all the things that I saw, I felt that actually moved the needle and changed the paradigm for the experience, maybe more so than any other thing. Liquid glass, I think, is really cool. I gotta wait and see. The macOS features I thought were really cool with Spotlight, but again, I thought that was incremental update. But what I saw with iPadOS, to me, really moved the needle, and I'm really excited by that. So those are my top 3 things from WWDC 2025 keynote that I wanted to discuss. I would love for you to drop a comment. Let me know what your favorite things or exclusions were or anything you want to talk about. Please help me out with the algorithm. Leave a like on the video. And please feel free to subscribe so you never miss a video. I'll be back next week in the episode of The Tea, working on some podcast interviews. Stay tuned for those and some more explainer content. I will talk to you soon. Have a great rest of the week.
They wanna dunk on us in a Pev night, yeah. Take our microphones and make us disappear. But you can